Yo, 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 what is up, guys? This is DOZ 101 back here again with another video today. I'm here today to do another commentary. This time. It's going to be on Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon and the WWE PG rating. All right, starting off with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin has earned his claim to fame as being the greatest WWE superstar, honestly, of all time, according to Vince McMahon and according to wrestlers and fans and people alike. I think, personally, to be honest, Undertaker is the greatest superstar of all time because of the longevity, but Stone Cold Steve Austin can be said as the true savior of professional wrestling. Um, Austin 316, man, as the ringmaster when he, after getting fired by WCW, he went over to ECW, started being himself, cutting promos, and then he went to WWE being the ringmaster. Nobody gave a crap about the ringmaster at all. Nobody cared. He didn't get really any reaction. And then he got pushed to win the King of the Ring because Triple H did the curtain call incident with Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Shawn Michaels. Triple H was supposed to win the King of the Ring in 1996, but due to the Madison Square Garden curtain call incident, Austin got the push that he needed. He won the King of the Ring, defeating Mark Merrow, Jake the Snake Roberts. Austin got a busted lip, had to go to the emergency room in Milwaukee, where I was living at the time. So I'm proud to say that Stone Cold Steve Austin was in my former home state. Austin 316 began in my former home state of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He beat Jake the Snake, cut that awesome promo, and Austin was going to be a big deal after that. And then they took Stone Cold Steve Austin, started putting him in feuds with like Triple H and The Rock and McMahon in 1997 and Bret Hart. Who could forget his feud with Bret Hart? That is one of my all-time favorite feuds within the last 15 years. You know, Bret Hart coming back, wanting to be the traditionalist in wrestling. Austin being like, no, this is the new way. I'm me. I'm making a change. Your time is up. Your time is over. And Bret Hart comes back at Survivor Series and he beat him. And in a great match. And then WrestleMania 13 came around. You know, first things first, leading into WrestleMania 13, Austin won the Royal Rumble, which I think is the most fucked up finish to a Royal Rumble to this day. Um, was seeing Stone Cold Steve Austin win the Royal Rumble and not get a title shot. That was kind of eh. I really wish they would have done things differently. But anyway, Austin and Bret Hart got into a feud and got into that great submission match with Ken Shamrock as the guest referee. There was the spot where Austin got ran into the guardrail, was bleeding profusely, and then the image of seeing Austin's face while he was bloody in the sharpshooter. One of my favorite moments of all time in wrestling. And then the double turn had happened, as everybody likes to say. Bret Hart, the heel, Austin, the mega baby face. Austin went on to feud with the Hart Foundation in 1997. Had Austin not got his neck broken by Owen Hart in 1997, I think Austin would have called it a day right around 2004. But the thing is, Austin got his neck broke by Owen Hart in the Meadowlands during an Intercontinental title match at SummerSlam 1997, and Austin became more popular being just an on screen character than when he was wrestling because you never knew what he was going to do. He was stunning the crap out of everybody. He was stunning the crap out of Sergeant Slaughter, JR, The King, Vince. I remember September 22nd, 1997, when dude stunned McMahon for the first time. That was just a mark out moment in Madison Square Garden. It was great. And then Austin went on to have a little feud with The Rock. I remember when he stunned D'Lo Brown on the top of the truck. That was great. And then Austin goes on to throw the Intercontinental title over the damn bridge. And then he goes on to win the Royal Rumble, goes on to feud with DX, which I wish would have lasted just a little bit longer had Shawn Michaels not got hurt. But Austin won the title. Austin 316 was born. The Attitude Era began. He wrecked shop in 1998, only lost the title to Kane, and then lost the title again to Undertaker and Kane in 1998. And Austin had great matches with Kane, Undertaker, all throughout that year. Got to hit Mick Foley in the head with some chairs, and just great stuff by Stone Cold. Then the Austin Corporation feud, 1999, was pretty much the only great thing out of 1999 that I enjoyed, was Austin feuding with Vince. And then the downfall of Stone Cold Steve Austin, to be honest, began right after the Austin McMahon saga ended, because Austin lost the title to Triple H. Um, or no, he lost the title to Mankind, and then lost matches to like Triple H, and then the end of the major part of the Attitude Era, in my opinion, the end of the Attitude Era in a way ended when Austin got ran over by Rikishi, which was a wasted push. Austin came back in the year 2000. I kind of knew Austin was never going to recover after that. Right after WrestleMania 17, turning heel, joining forces with Vince McMahon, um, Austin was never going to recover after that as a character. It was over. It was over. Right after his heel turn in the invasion angle, Austin says it was his idea, something that should have never been done. They should have never had Austin join forces with Vince McMahon. That is just something you don't do. Austin was the biggest thing at that time. If anything, The Rock should have been the one to turn heel at WrestleMania 17. It made the most sense. But anyway, let's fast forward to a year later. 2002, Austin was in constant pain. He was hurting. He was fed up. He was just so sick and tired of WWE. He hated the direction they were going. And I thought it was honestly, I know Stone Cold fans are going to hate me for this, but I thought it was pure bullshit that Austin did not want to have to start putting over talent. I mean, your run at the top is going to be about 5, 6 years max, although that's not the case in today's day and age. Your run will be 5, 6 years max. Austin didn't want to put people over. Austin didn't want to lay down. He was in constant pain. Bottom line is, you do what you're told. You do the job. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, Stone Cold, anybody. You do what your boss asks you to do. It's as simple as that. And Stone Cold Steve Austin, after that, I never really cared for him. Right after his tenure ended, he had a great match with The Rock at WrestleMania 19. Do I want to see Austin come back and wrestle today? No, I don't think. I don't think he'll do it. I don't think he's going to do it. He's got that condition where if he steps in the ring one more time and takes a move, he could die. So that's just no. I don't want to see Austin wrestle in the ring again. All right, now to Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon, one of the worst commentators of all time. Yeah, I said it. What a maneuver. Oh my God. I can't believe he did it. 1 and 2, and no, he didn't get him. Anyway, McMahon's character all got started with the feud thanks to Bret the Hitman Hart pushing him on his ass right after Bret Hart lost the cage match to Psycho Sid thanks to Stone Cold Steve Austin. McMahon is undoubtedly the greatest heel, non wrestler heel of all time. He is the he is arguably one of the driving forces behind the Attitude Era. Him, Rock, and Austin were the three guys that pretty much made or that pretty much saved the wrestling business at a time that Vince was getting his ass kicked. Vince, I know originally he hated the Attitude Era. He didn't want to have to go there. Originally, he didn't want to do it. He wanted to keep WWE as that family friendly product all the time. But he had to go there. WCW was whooping his ass. And it's just like he went there. He started doing things that shouldn't be done on TV. He started getting involved in angles that shouldn't be done. He started getting involved in angles with the Divas. Started, doing things with Stone Cold Steve Austin like beer drinking on TV. And one of my favorite moments of Vince McMahon is the bedpan incident where McMahon, after getting beat up by Austin, Kane, and Taker repeatedly, getting attacked by Austin after the Zamboni incident, getting his ankle broken by Undertaker and Kane. McMahon gets the crap beaten out of him by Stone Cold Steve Austin in a bedpan, and then McMahon gets a catheter shoved up his ass. I thought that was just great. And also, let's see, 1999 was a year I did not really care for Vince McMahon. The only time I really cared about him was during the beer truck incident that had happened. The higher power storyline Everybody knew it turned out to be Vince McMahon. We all knew that. Um, and then we got the Triple H CEO storyline, which is kind of what we got going on now. But McMahon joined forces. Nobody really gave a crap about the Mr. McMahon character, to be honest, right after the Stone Cold Steve Austin saga ended. I mean, McMahon is still one of the greatest heels of all time, not giving a damn what people want. It's just how it is. Vince, undoubtedly, the day he dies is going to be probably the saddest day in professional wrestling because Vince McMahon Jr. made and created so many stars throughout his time in WWE, and he's still doing it today. Contrary to what you may believe with Triple H being the COO or whatever, McMahon still has the final say no matter what happens. And now let's get into the WWE PG rating. People are still complaining, unbelievably, about how WWE sucks despite all the great stuff that has happened to us this past summer with CM Punk, Kevin Nash, and Triple H. I really feel, though, as of now, a lot of people are saying that WWE is reverting back to their same old simplistic bullshit, which I have to agree they kind of are. I kind of now am not looking forward to Monday Night Raw at this point in time. I don't really care to watch Raw anymore just because a lot of it is dying down. CM Punk has kind of lost a lot of that momentum. And the fact that they're doing Triple H CM Punk now, which I'm kind of not for the idea at all. And the fact that people are just upset because it's like, oh my God, we got this one great thing with CM Punk. Now, here we go back to the same old shit, which in a way it is. I think the thing is for WWE to get better, like I've been saying, is they need to have that legitimate competition, which TNA will never provide competition for them. Ring of Honor, as much as I'd love to see them go up against WWE, it's never going to happen. It just won't. Um, I think the thing is the PG rating is not all that bad. Some of the stuff that we saw in the 1990s was PG, and like NMC 016 Seconds said that like a lot of the greatest movies of all time and TV shows are TVG or PG that we grew up as kids watching. So you have to look at TV shows like All That, Kenan and Kel, um, and Power Rangers and Toy Story, the Toy Story series, stuff like that. You got to look at it from that perspective and realize, hey, blood and chair shots and all this stuff is not needed in today's day and age. And people ask me all the time, do I think we need to have another Attitude Era? No, we don't. The Attitude Era is dead. You're never going to see it again like you saw back in the late 90s. That's just how it is. It will never be this way again. And that is that. PG eventually will dissolve. They will go there again. They're going to have to go there again. WWE wants to become cool again. Honestly, like I've said before, I cannot stand being a wrestling fan a lot of the time. I keep that stuff to myself. When I'm out in public, I lie to people. People ask me, like, oh, do you watch pro wrestling? I'm like, nope. I stopped watching that years ago. I have to lie about it too. I know you guys do too, so don't lie about it. I know every single one of y'all have to sit there and lie about being a wrestling fan. There's only few of you that tell the truth about being a wrestling fan, but I lie about that. I keep that to myself. Um, when do I think the PG era will dissolve? Well, sooner or later. I don't know when. I don't have a timetable estimate as to when it will dissolve, but sooner or later it will. I mean, look at it. They're going there again. They're saying damn, hell, ass, and bitch again. They're going there. They're giving the older fans kind of what they want with the profanity. I don't know when they'll go there with the edgier storylines, though. It's going to take time. They gotta figure out a timetable set after Austin, or not Austin, but after Rock Cena happens next year. I think they're going to start going there again after WrestleMania 28. Here's to hoping that they do. I hope that they do start going there again. I hope they do start pushing the envelope to attract the older fans back and still keep it as a reality environment, but still keep it PG. That's the way WWE should be. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this commentary. Sorry for the long rambling, just had a lot to say. I will see you guys later. Peace out.